they were moving.
Yeah.
When did you find that out?
Well, and I think it's in here too, as a matter of fact. But they had been looking for. Oh, what's this? I get it. That was it. You're worried about cash. I get it. You're greedy. Oh, really? Loser sold the boat for big profit. He's just a dick. But anyway, let's go back further. I'll find it here. Oh, he called and I wouldn't talk to him. I did call him a sick motherfucker, but you know, that many years working for the government, you learn a couple of words.
What did you do for the government?
I was in the Navy for first back in the '60s, and then I used the GI Bill, worked, and done Army ROTC as a health services medical health services officer. Something.
Okay.
I was a medical supply officer.
Okay.
I'd been assigned in Germany at Second General Hospital, one of the big medical centers there. I had the warehousing. I had a whole bunch of different things at contracting that I had done at Walter Reed.
Yeah.
And but my last job as a civilian, I had been. They call it. You know anything about the Army or military?
No, I wasn't in it, but I know a little bit. But
it's I was the G4 for the Army's Human Resources Command, and they had been a BRAC move from 3 locations to Fort Knox, and I was responsible for doing that.
Okay.
And then my mom, I had to come here. She had fallen a couple of different times, and there's just no. Here it was. Just so you know, I have your drive done. He was supposed to do a computer for me, and I had a lightning strike at home, but he never did that. But I bought a hard drive, external hard drive, so he could back the stuff up if we needed to. Well, I never did. But then what he does is he starts using my damn drive. And that's what this reference is. I'm going to pay you back very soon, and we are done.
Yeah.
Okay? You will have to find new providers. Well, I never had a provider because I never had a freight inform. And then I said, okay, great, thanks for the update. This was on 12/21. And then it was 4th of January. Hey, Scott, it's been 2 weeks since your message saying that you would pay me back very soon. What does very soon mean to you? His answer, fuck off, Wes.
Okay.
So.
When did you find out that he was moving?
I think it says it here. It gets to be hell.
Was it within the last month or 2 months or what?
No, it was in the last month. He had mentioned it once before that they had a bankruptcy, they had a foreclosure, they had something up north.
Yeah.
And
so was it in December, or
probably
could it have been before December?
Yeah, and I think it probably was because not that he had anything firmed up, but the fact that his foreclosure and the bankruptcy or whatever was going to be over, that they were going to be able to buy it, and he didn't. Whatever the fuck that means. Oh, let's see.
Do you live on your own, or do you live with anybody?
No, I live on my own. I have 3 Westies, dogs. My mom died.
What is a Westie?
It's a little white 18, 20-pound dog.
Oh.
Really good. I have one that I had, and
Never
then
heard of that one.
After I got here, I had one that ended up, she was given to me, but the lady that had owned her, that I don't know if I see it right offhand, but what happened in the past, in my job, I'd been with Walter Reed Army Institute of Research, and they would do a whole bunch of different heavy-duty research, and I was the one who reviewed all the purchases, and it was hell on the computer, so I printed it.
Does anybody else have access to your phone or anything
well,
like that?
There was a text message that he had sent to my friend yesterday claiming that he and I had texted and called on Saturday, which wasn't true, but that started getting me to think. He's in Verizon's business unit, and he's a computer weenie. So
But to your knowledge, you haven't let anybody else use your phone or anything?
No.
That physical phone right there?
Correct.
Okay. Is that the only phone you have?
Yes.
Do you have any more?
No.
Okay.
Well, then he came up. He's going to pay me $1,300, but that was. Oh, wait a minute. Since you won't respond to me, I'm buying a house in closing on it next Friday, which would have been.
What date was that?
Oh, Jesus. That's a good question.
Let me see.
I don't know.
Where's the text message at?
Right there.
Can you slide it like sideways or something? I don't. What kind of phone is this?
Let's see. Oh, don't forget about your hoard of illegal weapons. That's bullshit.
So that's at. Does it split it up by date? Like when you get another text?
Yeah, and that's what. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can do it. Go down further. Right? It was 1351. Oh, whatever the hell it was. I'm not seeing it. Let me go back up. We'll get there. If you can pull this shit off on here, it'd be easier. That's why.
Yeah, we can. I was just trying to see
when I was doing the
it's
purchase.
Fine. We don't need a specific. But it was in December, November, is what you're trying to say.
This would have. Well, you know what? This would have probably been the 4th of January.
So January, very beginning of January.
Because he couldn't move. He wouldn't move. He's too damn greedy with his stuff. He's not going to uproot all of his damn plants. He had to have a place to take it.
So, yeah.
But let's see. I'll get you.
Okay, it's not. I just want to get a ballpark right now.
Let me
we
guess.
can get specifics later.
Let me guess that it's on the. Yeah, this is interesting. Just as I'm scrolling, that he spent over $3,000 in CO2 tanks, but he's selling this shit. I'm not getting any benefit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can we?
So you're.
Anyway. Oh wait, it did get bigger.
Your car. Do you let anybody else use your car ever?
No.
Your minivan. You never let anybody use it.
My sister-in-law, but that's rare that she would do that.
When's the last time she's used it?
Oh Jesus. It would have been a time that I had gone away for a few days because Linda lives over near the beach.
Yeah.
There's a Harley place near where she. But I see the Beltway or whatever.
How long ago was that?
But oh shit, that's months.
Months ago. Okay, so that's the last time we would use it.
But anyway, it's.
Well.
Anyway, it's all there. Let's see what else.
Okay. So, anyways, what I want to get to is just basically the reason, and I'll show you what I have and what you can say to it. I'll let me play the phone message for you again.
Can we go? Is there a conference room, or is this okay?
Oh, we can go to another room if you want. It's up to you.
I'll tell you the whole story. And honestly, what I wanted to do is when I talked to Detective Hines, she said, "Can you go back in and buy anything?" I can't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that. So my thought process really was to give you guys an opportunity to go there, so you could get that evidence.
Yeah.
And that was what fucked up.
Yeah. So and that's what I figured it was, and that's what I was just trying to get. Because it all makes sense now. I mean, the whole story comes together, where you heard that he's leaving, he's packing up and moving. Detective Hines is telling you that he can't do anything, and you're ticked off at him. And I understand that.
No. I heard that he was moving to near Palatka, and trust me, there'll be I haven't yet gotten a hold of Crime Stoppers in Putnam County. I'll report his ass there too. I don't know what the DEA would say to I don't know that he would be a kingpin, but for the amount of shit that he's got, it's a lot of dope. He was bragging about getting 2 or 3 ounces per plant. That's a lot of marijuana per plant.
Yeah.
And he gets his stuff and it's high potency, it's all that other bullshit. But if let me get back to I think that it sounded like from the text message of my buddy that he's been monitoring, must have been my phone because the other guy doesn't have Verizon.
Yeah.
That I'm sure that his employer would be.
Explain. So what did you use that? You have what phone? How did you get the phone number, the 930 phone number when you called 911?
It was a toss-away track phone.
Track phone.
I didn't know the number because I never.
So you went and bought that specifically for that?
Yeah.
Where did you explain all that for me? Where did you go? Did you go like the mall or something or what?
Dollar General on Blanding in Orange Park.
Okay. Is it a T-Mobile? as a provider?
It beats the shit on me. Track phone is
track
the name
phone?
of it.
Okay. So you just went and picked up a track phone. Just explain that. Just go through the process with me, what you did.
I went there, got a track phone, and then it was Office Max or Office something is where I activated the damn thing.
Okay.
So,
and then...
and that was sometime last week.
Because you knew something was going to happen, you're in a business deal, you're upset, and you knew that we couldn't do anything right then. You went. What did you do? I mean, just explain it to me. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want you to explain it to me so you have an opportunity.
It was last week that I had activated the damn thing, and then I was sick, but Saturday came, I had broken the date because I just felt like hell, and said to hell with it, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I did do, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, explain what you did. I mean, I just specifically.
Well, and I had driven over.
Yeah.
And his phone was off. I don't know that matters, but and I rode by his house, and that's probably the picture. That you have, because he sent me a copy of that. It was really, really fuzzy. And then I went down by the Shell station, car wash, and whatever, and that's where I'd called from there.
Okay. Did you? So you didn't stick around for the sheriff's office to get there? Okay. So you took off after that point.
Yeah.
So what was your intent for that whole thing? Calling?
The intent was to give, like, hindsight, like, can you buy drugs from them? You know, so that they could do that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do that. So that my intent was to give you guys, hopefully there would be an odor, there would be something that would give you probable cause to go in.
Yeah.
And
when you called, you said that there was you're walking the dog, you heard an argument.
It wasn't.
I know, but the way you described it, just repeat that conversation for me, how you described it.
I said
the best you
something
remember.
like, I thanks for refreshing my memory. That the dog, I do have one of my dogs, he'll pee on every damn thing. That's where I got the idea. But he's sniff and pee, and so. So
what made you think to use the verbiage you used on the 911 call when you were saying that you heard a fight and stuff like that?
It wanted something that would get somebody to go to the house and knock on the door or whatever.
But do you realize how serious it? I mean,
I didn't. No,
it wasn't going through your mind.
No,
that somebody could get shot. You know what I mean?
No, it
or
didn't.
Somebody could have got hurt really bad. None of that was going through your mind.
Never considered it.
Yeah.
You know, I guess maybe it's from watching this stuff on TV or something. You know, I don't know. Yeah. And that's not my mentality.
Do you know what happened that night, or what the police response was?
No, I don't.
Okay. Basically, the police went over there after you called because they thought it was legitimate, and they thought you were being honest with your call when you made a call and said that you heard a fight and that people were screaming, and then you heard gunshots, and then you heard a pause, and you heard more gunshots. So we go there pretty armed to the teeth of those kind of things. So I think it was 2 to 4 to 6 officers showed up on scene, with long weapons, bunkers, and all sorts of stuff. And they knocked on the door, and he didn't want to answer it. Of course.
I figured that.
So it could have turned really bad really fast. So I'm just trying to inform you, like how if he would have got shot through that. Do you know that would have trailed right back to you? You know that, right?
I get it now that you're telling me.
Or if one of us got shot, like he didn't know that it was police at the front door or something, started shooting through the front door with CC's guns.
You didn't have blue lights or nothing?
No, we don't activate our lights. Typically, we'll park down the street for something like that and walk up.
Okay, because that's been my experience, at least watching TV, is that the police roll up and they've got blue lights out in front.
Yeah. Those are usually big targets when we do that, and we pull up with blue lights or something like that. So we don't typically do that. But I'm just saying.
I don't know that.
That's the seriousness of it, and I'm trying to paint that to you, of how serious we take these things because of how you painted that out. It could have been, and it wasn't. I'm glad it wasn't that it didn't happen to where somebody got hurt, but very easily, just with his not wanting to let us in the house and wouldn't confirm that his wife was okay initially. So the officers that responded, their thought was, man, this guy just probably hurt or killed his wife inside, and he's not letting us in the house. So they could have got really ugly really fast. Luckily, his wife heard what was going on and came out, because before it got to the point where it got real ugly. But that's how serious it could have gotten. And that's why we're going through all this. But like I said, I understand listening to your story of what you're going through. I just know, I mean, you're a grown man. You know, there's consequences to every action, and the things that you're feeling right now that are affecting you directly and only you don't realize how many other consequences there are. So.
I don't know your business. You're right, and I honestly I didn't know that. I was a rap on the door by.
Yeah, I mean, but 911 is for emergencies, and it's for people who genuinely need help, and for the amount of officers that went there, that responded there, are now unavailable to respond somewhere else if there was a real emergency down the road. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
And I'm really sorry that it used your resources like that. I didn't.
It's not necessarily the resources that bothers me that much. It's just the fact that the danger that everybody was involved in that.
And I had no clue about that either.
Because one, they're going lights and sirens and stuff like that. On the way there, they're blowing through red lights. They're going through traffic, and it's dangerous. I mean, the other detective that just in here, he was in a really bad crash, going to or responding to a robbery call. Almost killed him. He almost died in. No, but it's dangerous. There's a lot of things.
I'm sorry that was.
Yeah, I know.
I just didn't. I guess I didn't consider it. I wasn't very bright with it. I don't know, but truly, I'm sorry that is what you guys had gone through. Because honestly, what I was looking for is to give you guys that that I didn't get that warm fuzzy that we were getting anywhere with it.
Yeah. Well, we have routes we go, and we have to abide by the law of doing it. We can't violate people's rights and stuff like that. So let us do it the right way. I mean, we're here to help by all means, and we're still here to help.
And we'll still.
I mean, we know all of what's going on over there. We just have to do it the right way, and we have to do it the legal way in order to get in the house. And that's not the legal way.
And that's why. Well, I understand that.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm here to tell you, and I'm telling you what happened.
No, I appreciate it, and I thank you for that.
And whatever happens, I'll have to take the hit on whatever that is.
Yeah.
But it sure wasn't, except for him, it was not meant to be malicious or create anything that was harmful to any of our law enforcement by any means.
Yeah.
Because having been in the military, we all kind of lived together and worked together, and that included military police and whatever. So.
Okay.
So, if it would be something that you think would be appropriate to apologize to the officers, I would be happy to do that.
No, we're not good that route. But I just basically need to get your side. I think I got this form here. Let me get you to write it out too, of what exactly happened, if you don't mind. This is just your side of this story, but basically what we just talked about.
Right.
Just get you to write it down on paper now. Just if you don't could fill out the top demographic areas, your name, date of birth, stuff like that, and then on what date. I think it was the 17th.
No,
it was January 17th. Yeah, January 17th, and just describe what we just talked about.
Okay, it's going to take a minute.
No, that's fine. We got plenty of time. Right now, the time's 3:23 p.m. It's January 20th.
23. Where would I put that?
It'll go at the bottom of the end. We'll just sign that when you're done. Don't do it now. But once you fill out your name, address, date of birth.
2010. Hell, it's 15.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sometimes wonder if I don't have dementia.